Hannah?
I had to drop her off at a competition at her school, and she had to be there at 7:30. So I had to fly some regional choir thing.
I forgot she does
at
choir.
Seven Hills, and so I was like, of all Saturdays, and Dre back at work. So I could.
But it's good. The multiple roles we have to do as moms. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did she decide to know about volleyball? She's not gonna try it again?
I don't think she had the confidence.
We need to do something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a pillow talk for teens.
I think that would be excellent.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a pillow talk for teens. Good morning. I see y'all coming in on there. I'm gonna do a pillow talk for teens. I think I need to do one. I need to do one and focusing on self-esteem and just them being centered on who they are. So that'll be good. Good morning. Hey, Odell. Odell, you could have came and had coffee with me and Theresa. Good morning. Good morning. I see y'all coming in. Come on in there. It's a busy Saturday morning. Like, there are so many homecomings. There are so many different things going on this morning. I saw that. You can? Yeah. But no, that's fine. But definitely, I don't want her to not do it because she's not confident. You know what I'm saying? She
wants to do some dance. She wants to, but she said that when she's asking her friends different stuff, they say the dance teachers are mean and holler at them and stuff.
But she can't hit. No, it depends on who. She can't do that. Like, she can't know what somebody else saying, because what she may be what may be something to someone else may be great for you. Yeah, it may be great for you. Mother. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah.
So she used to it.
Yeah, that's so what somebody else may think is yelling, it may be just somebody perfecting their craft or putting them in the position for them to be better. Good morning. I'm sorry. We are in our own private conversation going on. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is a little bit after 8. I'm sorry for logging on late. We were talking about some different things. I'm going to introduce my guest to you. But first, we know we always start with a scripture for today. So I want to start with the scripture for today. And it's Proverbs 18:16. And I think it perfectly applies to today's guest. And it just says, a gift opens the way and ushers the giver into the presence of the great. And my guest today is definitely great. She probably doesn't even know how great I think that she is, but she is simply amazing. And I'm going to introduce you to her. This is Theresa Cates, the artist formerly known as I call her T Cates because she's my girl. Her artwork says T Cates on her, and if you don't know who she is, you're gonna learn about who she is today. So thank you for sharing. We're at Guillermo's coffee shop. It's warm, it's cozy in here. I have my own coffee mug with me today. It says the higher the hills, right? The higher to heaven, because I definitely love high heels. And Theresa is hanging. Hey Cheryl, one of her favorite scriptures, my favorite scriptures too. So Theresa, welcome. Thank you for hanging out with me on Coffee and Conversation. Theresa is also a part of my sisterhood. Like I told y'all, I have a sisterhood that's just built of just dynamic women. And when I say sisterhood, I'm not talking about race, I'm not talking about culture, I'm just talking about us as sisters building, loving on each other and doing what we need to do for each other. So Theresa is a part of my sisterhood. And she's funny because she doesn't talk as much as I do. She balances me out tremendously, and she doesn't talk as much as she do. So to get her on here and have her talking this morning is really a big thing. So y'all welcome Theresa to the show. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here. I said thank you for having me. She asked me because she take her shoes off. She needed to be at home, and I was like, yep, take your shoes. Definitely take your shoes off. So Theresa, let me show you this first because we're doing an art show. See this? This is so dope. This is why I said she's so dope. This is one of her newest paintings. Have you titled this series yet? She hasn't titled this
Untitled.
series. This is an Untitled series, but this is one of her newest paintings that she just completed. I love that series. It shows just strong manhood. And when I saw the series, I was like, this is a dope series. Like, I wanted all of them. So I'm probably sure I'm going to try to talk her into giving me one or figuring one out. I have her art in my house, all over her wall, and everything. So I'm going to start with a simple question. Who's Theresa Cates? Like, who is Theresa Cates?
Theresa Cates is still finding out who Theresa Cates is.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yes. I'm still exploring. I'm still learning about me.
That's good. I want to be a little bit not messy because I know how old you are. And you don't look your age. How old are you?
48.
48.
Yes.
Like, I love when I see women who look well put together. So Theresa is 48 years old. How long have you been painting?
I think I started painting just like seriously in my latter 30s, like 39-ish, somewhere in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then that's true definition. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Oh, doesn't matter how old you are.
Like, that's important, I think,
Age
for
is-
people to know.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I hear people all the time who want to start over or they have something
Yes.
that wakes
Yes.
up in them and
Oh, yes.
and comes
Oh, yes,
alive, but they're so
definitely.
scared.
Uh-huh.
So what was that like for you at 39? You just got up one day and said, I want to paint, or?
I was scared, but it made me feel so good. It helped me to relax. I did it all alone, but I was scared to show it to the public.
Wow.
Fear.
Wow.
Fear.
Yeah. So what were you doing? Just collecting stuff, painting stuff at home, leaving it in your garage?
Leaving it in my garage, making sketches and using the sketch as a dustpan. Sometimes I was sketching on bills that I could not pay. I would just sketch on it,
that's cool.
and people would come over and visit, and they'd be like, "Oh, I love this," and I would have to look at it like, what?
Yeah.
Love what? And so they began to build my confidence
That's
up,
good.
and I was able to step out. But even when I did step out, I joined this contest down in Argenta, and I dropped it off, my portfolio.
Okay.
Dropped it off and ran out. And so they were going to let you know the date that you could start.
Okay.
If you were going to make it, and which was Monday, and that was on a Saturday. So I kind of just went in there and said, hey, and threw my portfolio and was running out. So when I was running out, they were running behind me, and I thought they were running to say, no, you need to take this.
It's back.
But they said, you're in.
That day. Told you that you were in
on
that
the
day.
spot.
Perfect example. Your gift will make room for you and
Exactly.
put you before great people.
Exactly.
Perfect example. That's a perfect example of that. So how did you get past the fear? What happened in you that said, I'm not going to be afraid? Because fear is paralyzing. Like, fear will have you not doing anything that you really want to do.
Right.
Because I think fear comes in a couple of forms. It's fear, the internal fear we have, and then we have the external fear that we allow to become projected on us by other people. Does that make sense?
Right.
That what they may say,
Right.
what they may
Right.
think, what they
Right.
may do. Because once you step out that box,
Exactly.
it's no stepping back.
Exactly.
It's no stepping back. It's no
Exactly.
coming back to that point. Because if you come back to that point, you're never going to feel the same again. So how did you push past that fear?
Basically, I quit entertaining it so much, and the more I began to get set free, fear got
good.
smaller and
Oh, that's
smaller
good.
and smaller. So now, I tell myself it's okay if nobody likes it.
Oh.
I like it. It helped me. It helped
that's
me in
good.
certain parts in my life. So it's okay if nobody likes it. As long as I like it, I'm good with it.
Yeah, doesn't matter if somebody responds.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. When I started Coffee and Conversations, God was like, don't look at the number of people you have.
Right.
Don't count on the viewers. Don't pay attention to any of that. And because if you look at success based on numbers, where a person's response, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble because it doesn't mean you weren't successful because the numbers didn't look like what it should. or that somebody bought that painting, or somebody said something about that painting, you're still successful because you've defined your individual individual success. So you didn't break out until 39. When did you start?
It was as a young child. I grew up in a very, very domestic violent home. My mother would always try to bring joy in my life. Go get some tissue. Come on, get some tissue.
Oh, wow.
And she would draw little stick figures on the tissue. And as she would draw the stick figures, and she wasn't an artist herself.
Okay.
She would draw stick figures, and so then she would say, you know, now you do it.
Okay.
So then I would start doing it.
Oh, wow.
And I think during a very crucial time in my life, the gift was birthed.
That's
so
good.
I just had, you know, I went through different phases in my life. At that time, I believe I was 4.5, 5.
Okay.
And different phases in my life, when I got under stressful situations, I would sit down and I would doodle.
Yeah.
So as I doodle with the different stages in my life, being a teen and growing up, I began to get set free. Once I gave my life to Christ, then I began to get set free. And as I began to get set free, the church ladies with the big hats and everything began to come alive and began to be vibrant, and it just took off faster than I
could imagine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But Romans 8:28, you know, is always all things work together for the good of those that love the Lord. All those things work together, like all those things, even the worst, most painful moments. That's why I tell people all the time, it's okay to be in pain. I think a lot of us, like if you look at the process of childbirth, childbirth isn't an easy process. And I think even in giving birth to our dreams and giving birth to the other things that we're gonna do in life, it always has, it's not always, but most likely tied to some painful process, a divorce, something with a parent, something happens. For me, it was losing, you know, my husband. That was the catalyst to jumpstart me to say, you know what, life is so much different than what we think. It also teaches you to value people different. Exactly. It also teaches you, that's kind of how our friendship came about, because we began to value. Theresa is an introvert, and I'm an extrovert with a couple of introvert tendencies. So it was interesting for us to even mesh, to be able to click. But both of us have been so instrumental in each other's life. Definitely. So as you were drawing, were the figures coming to life? Like, were you starting to see stories? Because you paint stories. Like, you paint, even though people may not know it, I know you. So you paint a story. Everything is a story.
Yes. I didn't go to church all my life, so I don't know where the church ladies came from.
Okay.
They just appeared, and I just fell in love with them. A lot of times I put on praise and worship, and I just dive in. I don't sketch them out or anything. I just put that on, sit in my garage, and just dive in.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love her church ladies, but she has a couple other paintings I've seen that most people haven't seen. She's got some things that I could tell she was probably listening. I could tell she was probably listening to Neo Soul or something else, because she'll send it to me, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's hot, you know, that's sexy." And then we'll put those out, and somebody will definitely buy those art. But I love that your art is expressive of where you are in life too, because I've seen it. I've seen as you tap into and do things with little girls. Tell them a little bit about your story about Hannah, because Hannah is Theresa's daughter, whom I love. She is so special and so precious, but like her birth story is a story within itself. And when I tell you, Theresa had to have a faith like none other. She had to have a faith like none other for Hannah to get here. Tell just a little bit about Hannah.
Hannah, she's the youngest. She's my 13-year-old daughter, about to be 14. I have 4 boys and 1 girl. My oldest son is 30, so Hannah's my baby. She's about to be 14 in December. When I got pregnant with Hannah, it was a very, very hard pregnancy. I bled probably every day till 28th week, and the doctors would always tell me that, okay, you're gonna miscarry her, but I wouldn't receive it. I prayed over my body. I anointed her. I called her name.
Yeah.
I told her what spirit she would be of.
Yeah.
I told her how her hair would be.
Yes.
And I just would not accept what they were telling me.
Mm-hmm.
And she is here today.
Yeah. And you drew a picture of her when you and your husband were married,
yes.
and you guys had Tyler,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And you drew a picture
before she was here.
Yeah.
And I started off drawing Tyler, which is my 17-year-old, and it ended up being this girl with these 2 big puff balls.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Theresa, you done went way to the left.
Yeah.
You know, but I kept it, and later came to find out that it was Hannah.
Yeah.
So I'm learning that, you know, I can go deep and paint stuff and see it come to pass.
Yeah.
You know, that's a real deep gift, I believe. You know, so that's how Hannah got here.
And it's amazing, just even as we've talked about it time and time again, your level of faith and just believing, because I can't imagine bleeding for 28 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You were the woman with the issue of blood.
Lord.
But bleeding for 28 weeks, your body not looking, like your body telling you, I'm not going to hold on to this baby. And your faith or your determination that says, nope, she's going to get here.
Yes.
Like, nope, she has purpose here. Nope, we're going to keep in this place of believing for her. Even when people around you are telling you, nope, you're going to lose her.
Exactly.
People are telling you to prepare for the inevitable. People are telling you it's not going to work. And your faith was so strong to say, nah, I'm holding on to this thing. I'm believing for her. God has already given me a vision for her, and I'm not giving up on her just because it doesn't look like, what's supposed to be. And so that is huge for you. I know last year you were in the art gallery in the Argenta and in some transitions. And I watched different series, like the Sarai series that you let me name. I wish we had one here. It was such a beautiful. So quickly. They do. It was such a beautiful series of abstract art. And Theresa is really self-taught. Like when we talk about a gift, she's really a gift. But over the last year, you were able to connect to an artist. What was his name?
His name was Steve Rockwell.
Okay, Steve Rockwell. And what did Steve do for you? Like, what was the connection for?
Well, Steve actually asked me would I sit for him because he wanted to do a portrait. He liked my cheekbones. And so I'm thinking, okay, sit. You know, I thought I had to just sit and go like that all day. But Theresa, they take pictures of you, and then they look at the picture. Okay, so I sat for him while he took all these photographs of me, and then I told him I admired his work, love his work, and he said, well, I can show you some little tricks. And that's how our relationship began.
That's awesome.
And I totally fell in love with this man. Just his technique, his style, which I'm going to be doing a live painting here today, and I'll exercise a lot of his techniques that he taught me. But he made a very, very good impact on my life, you know, as far as art. And we were only able to come together for probably about 3 sessions. And then of course, we lost him. It's been probably about a month, almost 2 months ago. We lost him, and I was devastated because he was showing me different steps. And through those different steps, it was one more step that he needed to show me. And he passed. And my son, Justin, the 28-year-old, he said, Mom, you'll get the next step.
I think so too. I was just going to say that like something divine will happen for you to connect to another person. But I like the fact that even though, because see, what people don't know is you have artwork in DC and you have a following that is major and people all over the world. And we dropped a link, majesticmotions.com, where you can see some of her artwork. But you have artwork in places people don't even realize, and people who know you throughout the state who are art junkies and groupies and who come and buy your your work all the time. But I just applaud you for doing a deeper work, because sometimes people think that they've arrived and they don't need to hone their craft. They don't need to polish it. And what you said was, there's a deeper level in here. So let me sit before somebody who's a little bit greater than I am, and let him help fine tune my gift. And a lot of times we miss that. Like, a lot of times we miss that. And so I'm so grateful that you had that opportunity. Anybody that's an aspiring artist, or anybody that really that you've seen, what would you encourage them to do?
Step out. Put it on, and don't just think that your art needs to be in a gallery. The way the way everybody knew me, I got on the map was through the traffic boxes in North Little Rock. They asked would I paint on a traffic box, and I learned now that I will paint on anything as long as it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I will paint your car if you want me to. And so I painted on the traffic boxes in North Little Rock, JFK
So
area.
the boxes that were when we were going up into North Little Rock, and there were paintings on the boxes, that was you?
That was my work.
Oh, that's so dope. That's so dope. And did you do the ones in College Station?
I did the ones in College Station
awesome.
as well.
Those are
so
awesome.
That actually put me on the map, and that was not a canvas.
Oh,
so
wow.
I make everything a canvas now.
No, I'm going to tell you something neat that I've seen you do was on paper, where you've been painting the Bible coming alive out of the Bible pages.
Oh, yes.
I love that. The things that you animated me.
Oh, yes.
You made a character. She has a character of me. So if you see my Yo Girl Ink link, there's this chick in this black cat suit. She made her for me. She made me in a super suit. Like, she was just doodling one day, and she was like, I got something for you. And I was like, that is so amazing. So she does so much. She is for hire. Whose book did you just illustrate?
Joseph Woods.
Okay.
He's the judge in Faulkner County.
Okay.
And the name of his book is called Saving Joy. And I would encourage anyone, go on Barnes & Noble. They have it. And I am the illustrator of his book. Yeah. And it tells about his life.
You illustrated for Tara Shepard?
Yes.
For her mentor?
Yes.
She illustrated for me for the Get Fit Project. We haven't released the Get Fit Project for girls yet, Spirit, Soul, and Body, but she illustrated for me for the Get Fit Project. So, so make sure you connect to her. Make sure you come. And if you, take time out today. Like, if you've never been at a live art showing or seen someone paint live, come hang out with us. We'll be at Guillermo's till 2 today. She does do custom pieces, right? You'll do custom pieces. Oh, yeah. She's very good at doing custom pieces. And the thing that I love about her is that she does custom pieces quickly. Like, you can order something from somebody, and it seems sometimes to take forever. I have seen her turn around. She's all about community give back. Oh, yes. I love that part. You've been, what domestic violence?
I give back to that as well.
She gives back. She gives back to my sickle cell nonprofit. She's donated paintings for us to use for auctions. And so she's not a selfish artist. She could be. I'm just going to do. Tell me, you do a major event in a couple of cities a couple times, which is where? You go down to Stuttgart?
Newport.
Okay, Newport. Okay.
And Newport is a very, very big, it's a very big thing. People come from all over to sell art. And it's just blowing me up. Last year they used one of the paintings, which was a baptismal scene, to as their background. Yes. So Newport, it's always the third Saturday in February. Okay. So I'm always there,
That's good.
And it's beautiful artwork, jewelry pieces everywhere from all over the state of Arkansas.
Oh, that's awesome.
And people come in just for that show.
So, thank you. I want to thank you. Thank you for coming out and joining. Thank you for talking to me. I know that was big for you. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her because I know she would rather paint. Like, sometimes she paints and I write, or sometimes I write and I'll send her something as I write, and she'll paint. She'll put a painting to my words, which has been really dope for us. We're actually thinking about doing some things as she paint that she said we're going to. That I'll read some of my poetry and she'll paint while I'm reading some of my poetry and my other things. We're working on some future events together. You guys go like her page. Go to her website, majesticmotions.com. You can get in touch with her. I'm so grateful you came to talk. Come out today. Come have coffee, art and coffee with Theresa. I'm excited because she's going to be painting. We'll be here until 2 o'clock. Catch us Monday morning on Facebook Live, right, at 5 a.m. for your daily devotional. I think event-wise, I am done until December the 7th. I say that, and then I'll pick up something else. But you can keep up with what's going on with LMJ on my website, LaKishaMJohnson.com, or justbeinglmj.com. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Coffee and Conversations with LaKisha. It is up and it is active. And if you are interested in booking me to host, to come, to speak to your group, please email us at booking@justbeinglmj.com. I appreciate you guys for sitting in with us on this cold Saturday morning. See you guys Monday morning at 5 a.m. Love, peace, and blessings.